morning, Laguna Woods. It's Friday again. And you know what we do on Friday? It's called Fun Fridays. Yeah, the audience. Say that. They're ready. I hope you are too, because we're going to, well, as the name says, have fun. But we always have a verse also. And our verse that fits what we're going to do today comes from the book of Philippians, chapter 4, at verse 4. And I wanted to take this opportunity to say, we give you a verse every day and we put it at the bottom of the screen or on the screen. And I encourage you, though, take that verse, you have it, and find a Bible and look it up. Because every verse is in a paragraph. It has surrounding things around it. And you'll get so much more insight into that verse if you look it up in your Bible. So that's what on this one, that's what I'm doing. It says, rejoice in the Lord always. I'll say it again. Rejoice. Philippians 4, verse 4. And that's what we want to do. That was really the principle behind the idea of having Fun Fridays. Now, if you were with us last week, you know that we have one of the pastors at Saddleback Church Laguna was one who is very rarely serious. And it's Dick Whitton.
Yeah.
We have had a lot of fun over the years. And,
That's right.
And in fact, historically, Laguna Woods, Dick is the one who hired me 12 years ago. We were in a different role then.
Yeah.
Now we get to do this. And I got to say, and I don't know if I've told you this before, but I will now. And that is, I'd go to your meetings, and then I'd come home and I'd say to Dan, all we did is joke around. We never did anything serious, and that was you.
But we built relationship, didn't we?
We did.
And we did a lot of great ministry.
You were fun. You were fun to work for,
All
and
right.
you're a blessing to me now.
All right.
So for those of you who were here last week, you know that Dick has been looking up some verses that may or may not be in the Bible, and we didn't quite finish last week, and I wanted to give him another opportunity to stump the pastor.
All right. And I did that at least once last time.
You did.
That's
what
right.
do you got?
Well,
what do you got, buddy?
I've got one today that most people will recognize, and that is there's a saying that says, the lion shall lay down with the lamb. And they're talking about the what's going to happen in heaven. Now, the question is that in the Bible or not?
I think it is.
You think it is?
I think it is.
Well, you'd probably be wrong.
But come on.
This is actually a trick question. Because in Isaiah 11:6 says, the wolf shall dwell with the lamb, the leopard shall lie with the young goat, and the calf and the lion and the fatted calf together, and a child shall lead them. Somehow they shortened that to put the lion with the lamb, and so that is not in the Bible.
Who's the they?
Me.
You shortened it?
No. No, I'm saying.
Oh, it's the they.
It's the they. I didn't get their names, but you can find that in lots of different places.
Okay.
And so
I thought I'd read that.
But that was my trick question.
Okay.
For today.
Okay.
The other one I would like to ask today is, you've heard that the eye is the window to the soul. Is that in the Bible?
I'm thinking that you seem to be on a pattern that they're not in the Bible. So if I were answering it,
I'm surprised you picked up on that.
If I'm just answering off of that, I would say it's not. However, I do feel that I think that in Proverbs or something, it would say something like that.
Oh, you think so? Okay.
Well,
the Bible does not speak of the eye being a window of the soul. It does represent the eye as being a lamp of the body. So in Matthew, it says directly, the eye is a lamp of the body. So then if your eye is clear, your whole body will be full of light. Okay?
It's interesting, Dick. You sent me these in advance so that I could study up.
Yeah, apparently you didn't do that.
No, I know, but the interesting is that this verse that you're now, or well, not this non-verse
Yes.
that you just mentioned, it's caused me in the last week or so, I've been really looking at people's eyes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And I have really thought, wow, it's kind of a window to their soul. And it's not actually in the Bible.
Well,
But you did get me looking.
that
really
doesn't
at
mean that
people's
it
eyes.
might not be. It's just that's not one of the things
Oh.
that's covered in the Bible.
Okay. Well, I just think that the eyes do say a lot about the person.
That is
So.
true.
Well, I've got one for you.
Okay.
Do you think this one's in the Bible? And I know you feel you know the answer.
I already know. I don't even know the question.
Do unto others as you would have them do to you.
I think that exactly those words may not be there, but I think the idea is in the Bible.
See, that's why I wanted to ask you this, because I knew that you had thought about it, and I think this is what's called the golden rule.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Is that what that
I
might
would
be?
never kid you.
Do you know where
Well, yes,
that's?
I would.
Do you know where that's found?
I believe that Jesus said it maybe even in the Sermon on the Mount.
I think that's it.
Okay?
Therefore, all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do even so to them. That's Matthew 7:12. That's part of
But my guess is that in some version of the Living Bible or something,
Yeah.
I could find something very close to this, because it is a principle
Right.
that God would want us to do. And so, Laguna Woods, this is one: do to others as you would have them do to you. I know that you often apply this type of thing. I watch your behavior. We're such a community that really reaches out and helps one another. And I just wanted to take a moment and thank everyone for doing that. So, Dick, that was good that you
Well,
got a point on that.
I would add one thing to that. It's very much like the second half of the Great Commandment.
Okay.
The Great Commandment, of course, is love God with all your heart, mind, and soul. And the second part of that is love thy neighbor as thyself.
Yes.
And that's very much like
We had a
this.
show back a couple weeks ago on that very verse.
Okay.
So actually, it's the first Friday of the show before we instituted Fun Fridays, but that was serious and it was really good. If you guys want to go back, you can actually go back on our YouTube channel and find inspiration for today, and then you can watch any episode that you would enjoy. And that is one good one where we talked about loving our neighbor.
Right.
And that was a good one. So, well, let me give you one more.
All right.
And I know you. Okay, this isn't exactly a verse, but
Oh, you're
it's-
making
do you
up your
find
own
this out?
verses.
Well, it's because I know you do. You've done a lot of weddings. Can you find wedding vows in the Bible, or any example of one,
You know,
or is that just something we made up?
well, it's what we have drawn from the Bible that applies to a marriage that we want to convey to a couple that's getting married. But there are no vows. You can't go to a certain verse that is a vow.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
but it does speak to what's the responsibility of a husband to a wife and the responsibility of a wife to a husband, and the fact that you're making a commitment before God to not dissolve this marriage.
Yeah. So it's taken from the Bible.
It's taken from,
yeah.
but there is no
All right. Well,
vow.
that's good. I accept that.
Okay.
Now let me ask you one more verse.
All
Okay.
right. All right.
Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I say rejoice.
That's a
Is
verse
that
in
in
the
the
Bible.
Bible?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you were paying attention. That's our verse for today.
Oh, all
Way to
right.
go, Dick.
And
Where is that found?
And I hadn't
Philippians
remembered
4:4. He doesn't have time to answer. Laguna Woods, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on Monday, Music Monday.
All
See you
right.
then.